didn't see that.
No, I saw it. Right? I never miss a teabag. If you watch RTS, I've proved it time and time again.
Oh, come on.
The thing is, as funny as it is that I say that, I think I talked about it in one of the videos. I think it was the shelf one. How I quote unquote never miss a teabag. It can be seen as funny or stupid, but it means it shows you where I'm looking on the screen. I'm never looking at myself. I'm looking at the other character, which is important.
Oh, I heard.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's I was like watching Nairo's stream one day, and he said, "Oh yeah, I only look at the other character. I never look at myself." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and it's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy to me how many people don't do that. Or maybe you do it. Maybe you do it, but you don't realize that you're looking at me as much as you think. So I can put it in a way that makes it really easy for me to say how I look at someone else's character and how I space things. So right now, I'm gonna look at where you are, and obviously I'm looking at myself peripherally, right? Yeah. So you can do the same thing. So if you're looking at me, you can see yourself in the corner of your eye still, right? So if I'm looking at you and I know you're down there, let's say for example, we're just gonna straight up start fighting. You're gonna be moving all over the place. You could jump at any time, so I don't actually know. But I'm going to position myself in a way that makes sense for the situation. So if you are, let's say, below me, and I want to get down here so I don't get sharked on a platform, then I'm going to move, right? Yeah. Obviously. But for the most part, I'm going to be staying outside of your bubble. And I've talked about this before in a video. And Zero put out a video with an eye tracker. And it's funny. I saw that one. It's funny that I said I think of it as a bubble. So he puts out a video about the eye tracker. Like a couple days later, it's literally a bubble. It's like, all right. But yeah, because like as soon as I get to a point, let's say like right here, if I'm still looking at your character, and my character is no longer really in my peripheral vision, I know that you can hit me because I'm in my own range of vision, right? Yeah. So from over here, the farther and farther away you get, it's harder to really see your own character, right? Yeah, yeah. But if I get super close, like, okay, there's a very good chance at this range, like obviously we're the same character, so if you can hit me, I can hit you, right? But this is right here. Actually, kind of like stand on the other side of the circle. So like put your foot like on the small circle. Oh, like right this there. Oh. Yeah. So if I'm like right here, right now, I'm looking in the middle. Like see where the red arrow is behind us? That's where I'm pretty much looking. I'm not looking at really either of us, but I know at this point, since we're both so close together, there's potential that we can both be hit. And this is where it's like, okay, now I have to defend myself. Now I have to start a combo. Now I have to jump away or do something, right? Because we're at a point now where this is where the rock, paper, scissors portion of the game comes out, because we're so close, nothing is reactable at this point. Yeah, everything is a read, right? So this is where I'm looking right here, and then let's say if I'm doing a combo, so if I just throw you up, for example, I'm looking up at you during that, like during your travel time, right? I'm looking at the smoke, I'm looking at you, and then that's just going to tell me if I'm looking at you while you're in the air and I'm still in my animation. If I am paying attention to where you're going, that's going to tell me where to DI way before I'm even able to jump. So I'm not reacting so late. So it's like, oh, he DI'd behind me, and I was looking at myself, and then I look up, it's like, oh, you're to the right, it's too late. And I jump to the left, or I jump straight up, and I just miss. Right? Yeah. And then like let's say if I'm spacing, like right here, for example, I'm looking at the edge of like the little wind tornado animation. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at myself, and I'm not really looking at you. Right? Because I want to see if I can make this, if I'm looking right at the edge of that, if I can make that like hit your character, or like even right here, it's kind of sad, but it should be hitting you. Yeah, it should be hitting you, but this character's bad, so there is that. That's what I'm looking at, right? If you're in shield, go into shield for a second. Yeah, it'll hit your shield, right? So that would be considered good spacing. That's where I'm looking though, right? Oh, I see. So okay. your vision it should be shifting all the time. The only time I ever look at myself is if I'm off stage. Yeah. And my vision will even shift then, because like if I'm off stage and I'm recovering, let's say I'm doing something like this, I'm recovering, but if you jump off stage, I'm now looking at you while I'm recovering. Right. If you're ledge trapping me, like let's say if you're playing as Ike and you're sitting right here and you're charging something, as soon as I see, okay, he's started to charge something, I'm looking at you saying, okay, I see that you're charging something. I'm looking back at myself saying, okay, well, how low can I go, or where can I go to maybe stall a little bit, right? And try and make it back without dying, right? To try and throw off their timing. But yeah, pretty much all the time I'm looking at the other character or in like a space in between, right? Yeah. That makes sense. And I think that helps with spacing, because that was one thing I didn't really... I think I would just look
at myself. I wouldn't look at the move and actually like
Yeah.
visualize the hitbox better. So that helps. That makes sense.
And that's the thing too, is like if you look at, let's say if I'm looking at you, and I'm looking, let's say if I think I have to hit you, and I'm looking at my character's like chest or elbow area, like when I'm just standing right here, if I'm trying to hit you with a forward tilt and I don't visualize the fact that I'm going to hit to the other side of the circle, if I try and space and I stand right here, then I throw it out, obviously I'm going to hit you, but why would I stand that close when I could stand like here, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to pay attention in advance, just knowing your moves, obviously, but saying, okay, based on the range that I've learned to understand that where this is going to hit, that's how far I need to stand. That's how far away I need to stand. Also, that's where I need to be looking. I have to be looking at like that little white puff that happens, right?
Yeah.
Saying, if I know where that's going to appear on the screen, if you get into that range, that's when I'm going to forward tilt.
Yeah.
Right? So you're kind of playing as if your character is a lot bigger than they are, right? When you're trying to hit somebody or space something. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think it's easy to visualize that, like whenever I play Marth or Lucina, because it's like they have a sword.
Yep.
But with Falco, I think I didn't have visual cues, but now this helps.
Definitely, and that's the thing. Like they have big arcing attacks, where it's kind of easy to visualize or see like the sweeping motion of where you would be hitting, right? Also, just the mentality of just thinking of having a weapon in your hand. If you're gonna, like, even in real life, if you're gonna swing a sword in real life, you wouldn't swing to also punch them at the same time. You want to use the range of the sword, right? And then for Falco, obviously doesn't have that, right? But you still kind of have to think that you have like an invisible sword. Like for his forward tilt, don't think invisible sword as far as that's what the move is, but like think about the range of how far it's actually sticking out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.